It is really hard to believe that Coors Field is the third oldest park in the National League. But when you talk
very near and dear to their hearts.
For us, we take a lot of pride in it. I mean, we're more of a renovator rather than a large-scale build a new ballpark. We're not going to do that. We're here to stay at Coors Field for a long period of time, and we realize that we got to stay up with the times. So our executive group spends a lot of time going around the league each baseball season and kind of saying what's new, what's out there, and where we can, when we can, we're always going to be looking to invest dollars to make it a better experience for our fans.
Now, as Walker Monfort mentioned, there is so much pride in keeping up with the times. The additions that we will talk about throughout the course of the season to Coors Field in 2019. But what I think is so impressive is how clean Coors Field is. I have been walking with Rockies executives out of the ballpark, and they will literally get on their knees and pick up pieces of trash because that is how much they care about keeping this place clean. Drew.
Yeah, it's immaculate every day. Josh Donaldson with an 0-2 gapper to right center. And it'll be a double for Donaldson. And you hate to give up hits, especially when you're ahead 0-2. That'll bring up Freddie Freeman.
A two-strike fastball. He gets two down and away to Donaldson quickly to get him 0-2, and then this fastball runs back in. Just shoots the gap.
Strike one on Freeman. Freeman trying to Story his first time up into the shift. The Rockies shift again. Freeman last year finished right behind Nolan in the MVP voting in the National League, 4th. Yelich was 1. Javi Baez was 2. Nolan, Freddie Freeman, and you know who was 5th? I'd forgotten about this. Do you know who was 5th in the MVP voting last year?
Jacob deGrom.
Jacob deGrom. Freeman line to Story his first time up. That's something. First in Cy Young and 5th in the MVP. It just goes to show you how we view baseball and wins now for pitchers. Kind of irrelevant. Well, that's going to be a base hit. Desmond on 2 hops, fields it,
They might have
home.
a chance.
And not in time as Donaldson scores to make it 2-0.
Well, the Rockies with the same scenario the inning before. You see how quickly the Braves are able to score. Now, it was a bad read by Josh Donaldson at second base. He took a quick step back. And Desmond's throw kind of misses Trevor Story. There was a chance to get Donaldson at home.
Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. He had a solo home run over the center field wall. Desmond came close to bringing it back. This is high in the air down the line. Daza's got a long way to go, and it's out of play.
And Daza lost it in the sky. He was looking almost perplexed with his hands at his side, looking for the baseball, couldn't see it.
I forgot to ask Jonathan when I was talking to him in the clubhouse today. Did you ask him? I don't know if he's ever been to Denver before. By the way, Charlie's perfectly fine. This was a planned day off. Charlie's played every game to this point. There's a strike. I don't know if he's been to Denver, Daza.
I mean, I would assume maybe
At
during one of those winter caravans.
That would be the only time.
I mean, the Rockies do a great job with their young prospects and making sure that these guys get up to Denver to see what it's like. Strike out of Acuna.
That's a first for Marquez.
Like he used a changeup.
Bring up Nick Markakis. pretty comfortable in saying it's the first time he's played baseball in Denver.
Yes.
Marquez bounced out 4-1 to Hampson. Ground ball worked well here. See if the Rockies could turn 2 over. No, this one's into center field. Freeman stepping on the gas. And they have a play on him. Out at third base. Great deke by Story. Perfect throw from Desmond. And Freeman is cut down. Now Freddie's going to hang around. Ron Washington looking in the dugout.
Well, I love plays like this. This is a baseball play. Trevor Story running a deke. Nolan standing at third, running a deke. You never know. 6'5" frame like Freddie Freeman. That long leg now. He's.
Did he get the hand or the?
I think he's
the jersey.
I think he's safe. Yep.
Yeah. They're going to take a look at this. This play's under review, brought to you by Dish Network. Technically, everything was right. Story's deke to make sure that Markakis doesn't think about heading to second.
Yep.
And the throw was right on line by Desmond. It has to be cuttable. So it has to be hat high towards Story. Copa, the third base umpire, called him out. Atlanta up 2-0 here in the fourth. There's either going to be one out, first and third. Now is there a bounce? That's the other thing you're looking for. See if there's a bounce with the foot.
All right, so here's contact.
Well, that's what they're looking at, I guarantee you. Because Freeman's foot was in there initially, but the foot came off. Did Nolan maintain contact with him?
I mean, if he did, it's with his face.
Yeah, maybe. That's all right. That's contact. You know, it's supposed to be a 2-minute ceiling, but we've seen this in the past. You know, they want to get the call right, and they're zooming in to see. I guarantee you on that bounce.
On the bounce.
Now watch, slow, slow, slow. He's safe. And then the foot is going to disengage. Look at the glove. Is it off there? Does he have the face? That's what they're trying to determine. Right. Did he brush him in the face? And to me, if you can't tell, he was called out, right?
Let's hear. Here comes a call. Safe.
So it'll be first and third, and one out. So Marquez will stare down Dansby Swanson here. Swanson hit a fly ball to right, actually a line drive to right near the line that Jonathan Daza, who was shaded toward the line, made a nice running catch on. Ball one. This is where power pitchers really can have an advantage. Runners in scoring position because they can get that strong
for Herman, who set a single season record last year, 230 strikeouts. He has one tonight.
Freed generally strikes a lot of guys out. He has only one.
We've seen this Braves team be aggressive, be willing to bunt right here, a push bunt, knowing Swanson's speed. Now be careful with this group.
Swung on and missed. Now you're in position, 1-2. Okay, here's the other thing about the slow start offensively, the pressure it puts on the starting pitcher. Let's say the Rockies had broken out, they'd scored 4 runs in the first few innings. Not that you're any less focused if you're Herman, but the pressure does not seem as large when you're already down 2 runs versus, okay, we have the lead and, a little bit of traffic. Every pitch is amplified.
Now it's a tightrope walker without a net. That's what Herman's doing right now.
1-2. Wow, I do not know how Dansby Swanson didn't offer it that. That almost caught the bottom of the Subaru strike zone.
There's that slider.
Great spot.
Tony tries to stick it for Herman, but his body, as he was shifting late, doesn't really give the home plate umpire a good look at that pitch.
I'll tell you what, that pitch is close too. Three and 2 on Swanson. See if Markakis is in motion. Freeman at third. 2 runs in for Atlanta in the game. 2-0 they lead. Markakis not going, and this ball's blistered to deep center field. Desmond going back, and it is gone. 3-run home run, Dansby Swanson, and now the Rockies are down 5-0.
It rains, it pours for Dansby Swanson. It's his 4th home run now of the season. This is the best he's ever swung the bat at the major league level. And Tony Walters really encouraged Herman to throw this pitch fastball in with some conviction. Dansby ended up choking up on the bat. 2-strike approach.
Back-to-back ball games, the Rockies have their co-aces on the mound. And both nights now they're facing serious deficits. 7 runs in 5 innings against Kyle Freeland last night. This is going to be another hit. 5 runs on the board here in 3 1/3 against Herman. Steve Foster jogging out to the mound. And you go back, you had a 1-2 pitch and a 2-2 pitch that were near misses. You almost got Swanson to swing at the 1-2 slider. Can't live life woulda, coulda, shoulda though.
Nope.
2 home runs tonight for Atlanta. Acuna and Swanson. For Swanson, his 4th of the year. He has 15 RBIs. He got off to a great start in April a year ago.
Yeah, but he didn't hit his 4th home run until June of last year.
Dansby Swanson may be a prime example, Spilly, of let guys' careers play out. Get them 1,500, 1,800 big league at bats before you start formulating full-fledged opinions, because there was a school of thought in Atlanta and around baseball that Dansby Swanson, not a bust, but was overdrafted. still a young player, still learning at this level, the best league in the world, and he's doing something that you hope all players do. He's getting better.
Sure. Well, and the guy that was taken immediately after, Dansby Swanson, wears the number 2 because he felt like it was a slight to him, and that's Alex Bregman. And everybody's looking at Alex Bregman as a potential MVP candidate.
Well, he was a year ago.
So when the guy taken right after you is Bregman, then yeah, I mean, people are going to look at, well, who got taken before him? So added expectations for Dansby Swanson, and now he's starting to live up to it.
Flowers down 0-2. Swanson just turned 25. This kind of takes me to a conversation I had this afternoon with Ron Washington, former Texas manager, and he's been in baseball forever. And Wash, as everybody calls him, was relating a story how he got into it with Billy Beane, who he was working for in Oakland, when Miguel Tejada was brought up. Good pickup. Because Billy Beane initially went to him and said, listen, this kid's going to be fantastic, but let's just teach him the game and let's give him 3 or 4 years to grow at this level. Well, you know, sometimes guys say that, but then they want results immediately. And fairly early on, he was struggling like a 20-year-old's going to struggle. And Billy Beane and Ron Washington, and Ron has the greatest respect for Billy Beane, but they had a heated discussion. Ground ball through the left side, a base hit for Flowers. And Billy was like, hey, he's got to pick it up. And Ron Washington was saying, what about our conversation? Let's let this kid grow like we had talked about. Dave Magadan became part of the conversation. Dave was, you know, part of that, you know, playing then and then part of the coaching staff later in Texas for Ron Washington. Those guys are very close. You know, and ultimately, as we know, it worked out for Miguel Tejada. He became one of the best players in the game, an American League MVP. Two on, still just one out. 4 straight hits. Single by Markakis, the Swanson homer, out, and Flowers hits. Fried will try to bunt, and let's see if they can get the runner at third. Nope. One 4 on the sack. 2 outs. Ender Enciarte with runners at second and third coming up.
Hey Rockies fans, are you ready to win big? The 50-50 raffle is back at Coors Field every home game to raise money for charity. Look for the raffle volunteers around the stadium and kiosks for your chance to win.
9th man to hit for Atlanta in the 4th inning. It began with an 0-2 double by Josh Donaldson. There have been a couple of other hits by Atlanta when they were behind in the count this inning. Tyler Flowers for 1. Swanson hit a 3-2 pitch out of the ballpark, but he was behind in that at bat 1 and 2. Ball and a strike on Enciarte. Ground ball to short, ground ball to second thus far. It's now 73 pitches in for Herman.
It's always hard to tell when you see a pitcher like Herman, whose stuff is so good, it's elite. But when you have a team like the Braves that they don't chase outside the strike zone, they fight with 2 strikes. We've seen their low strikeout rate come to play, fouling pitches off. If it's so much his stuff isn't on tonight, or if the Braves' approach in their lineup is just locked in. It's hard to tell, because when you see Herman, he only has 1 strikeout through 4 innings.
I'm seeing a similarity in Atlanta's approach to what we saw from the Dodgers.
That's right.
They're not expanding outside the zone. They take their walks. They swing it at quality strikes. This ball's in the air to left field, and Tapia in foul ground made the catch. And that'll end the inning finally. 4 runs in the 4th inning as the Braves hit around. Plenty of work to do for the Rockies. Good catch by Rymel. Colorado Rockies baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Groove Toyota, one of your hometown Toyota stores, by the Denver Zoo. Each ticket helps care for our animals here and their counterparts in the wild. Visit today. And by UC Health, live extraordinary. Rockies need to get things rolling. It has been a miserable go for them. And you know, every season, this is what you got to hang your hat on right now. Every season, there's a stretch where there's some ugliness, even for the best teams in baseball. And the Rockies hope to be, again, one of the best teams in baseball. And you just hope that this is their real ugly stretch. It just happened early.
There's an article written in Baseball Prospectus today, if you have time, read it, on teams since 1998 that have started off with poor starts, 3-8. And if they make the playoffs, and the answer is yes. There's a lot of teams that still end up making the playoffs. But it's not an easy road. You can't lose a division in April. You certainly can't win it. But you can make that season pretty difficult.
Well, again, your 09 team, we talked about it earlier. Really rough start. Cost Clint Hurdle his job. Jim Tracy, the bench coach, took over. And from June 1st forward, you guys were the best team in baseball. Last year, the Dodgers,
they were 10 games under.
They were 10 under 500 in May.
And you're not doing yourself any favors when you're looking at the Rockies the last 12 games. They haven't played well. There's no silver lining here. There's injuries, there's poor defense, there's not good offense. It's across the board.
2-2 down the line, and that is off the glove of Donaldson, a base hit for Nolan. By getting some leather on it, Donaldson saved 90 feet. It would have clearly been a double.
The Rockies are going to continue to grind, and Nolan's going to grind out his at-bats. Good quick step for him. Donaldson off the heel of the glove on the Subaru Supermo.
I'll bring up Story.
The players get this. Every player has gone through a stretch. If you've played this game long enough, you go through it. It's not fun. It feels like you're underwater. The team, it's hard to stay positive, but you do your best.
I got one for you as recent as last year. The Rockies on June the 27th, that's about halfway through the season, right? The Rockies were 38-42, 8 games behind Arizona. The Dodgers were 2.5 back. The Giants were 4.5 back. The Rockies were much closer to the cellar because San Diego was 11.5 back. And we know that the Rockies finished in a tie after 162 for the divisional lead with LA.
And that was the DJ LeMahieu home run against the San Francisco Giants. And that was with another blown save technically, or blown hold. And they turned it around. They needed that spark. And you're hoping for one tonight.
Still a long way to go in this one. 2-1 on Trevor. Here's our AARP take on today. Trevor Story against the Atlanta Braves. 21 games, he's hit .387, 11 homers, 25 driven in, and a ridiculous OPS in those 21 ball games. That's our AARP take on today. Trying to take on Max Fried right now. Field deep, straight up. Fouled off, 2-2. With the Rockies 5 games under 500 right now. That's a first under Buddy Black in a Rockies uniform. The Rockies' lowest mark had been 4 under with Buddy, who has done an extraordinary job. 2-2. Albies will not bother with Trevor's speed. Throwing to first, so Story trades with Nolan 1 out. That'll bring up Ian Desmond. Desmond came off the bench yesterday, had a single up the middle and then a sharp double down the third base line. 2 for 2 last night to snap a 1 for 22. In his first at bat this evening, he topped one to Donaldson at third. Rockies made another announcement today. David Dahl, we talked about going on the injured list. That's why Jonathan Daza is making his big league debut. Jeff Hoffman is going to come up and make the start tomorrow, weather permitting. And this goes off the glove of Flowers, and on the pass ball, Story to second.
Well, this could be a snowball tomorrow. Kevin Gossman from Colorado.
Grandview High School.
Grandview High School. We had a chance to catch up with him today. That was a treat.
Yeah, good kid. Really good kid. You know, his high school catcher was Greg Bird. (2-0) on Desi. Broken bat, base hit. Story will score, and the Rockies will get on the board. 5-1. Take advantage of that pass ball. Fourth ribby for Desmond.
Changeup on the Subaru Supermo off the plate, but Desmond keeping his bat in the zone long enough to put some contact on it. Because that pitch is up, it's easier to hit the line drive into the outfield.
Josh Fuentes, fly ball to left.
Whoa, here we go.
This is in no man's land. See if Desi ends up at third. Yes, he will easily. A two-base throwing error by Fried. Pass ball. And the errant pick attempt by Fried. Thank you very much. The Rockies have been gifted 180 feet there.
Always one of my favorite things the Rockies PA announcers do is play Phil Collins throwing it all away. Even for the 6'5" first baseman, cannot reach it. It's almost as if Desmond's body shielded Freeman from getting that ball. And now you have a little bit of a rally. Self-induced.
So funny now how the game's evolved. It's like your kids at the dinner table, Nobody's talking because they're all looking at their phones, if you allow the phones at the dinner table. Well, they had a meeting there and everybody's staring at the notes on their wrist. Right?
Well, first
Right,
off,
how are we defending this guy?
Yeah, there's like, who's this guy?
One out, Desmond at third. And Fuentes fouls that center cut fastball back. Oh, and 2. Well, you know, sometimes that's the best advice. You see that tweet a moment ago?
Don't worry about the stats and just
Don't
have
worry,
fun.
but you know, just go play the game like you're 10 again.
Oh, yeah. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Especially at this level where your results dictate your opportunities, but you're right.
And Fuentes gets 3 fastballs right in the middle of the plate. And unfortunately, he goes down, so it'll take a 2-out hit from Hampson. Just the second strikeout by Fried. It's one that Josh knows, young player, veteran player. Got to get that in play somehow, some way. Infield's back, get it in play, and got a great chance for Desmond to score. Hampson tried to bunt for a hit his last time up, didn't get it past Fried on the right side. In case this inning can be extended by Hampson and Walters. Yancy Almonte's up.
Career batting average against Max Fried with runners in scoring position is 164.
Last year, the league was 1 for 30 against him with runners in scoring position. That's ridiculous. 1-1 on Hammond. Two balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2. Jeffrey Houston's made it to our broadcast booth. Got pre and post game duties, studying hard. Wave to all your fans. There you go, like the Queen.
I think it was elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist.
You've watched the technique. This is popped up right around the pitcher's mound. Freeman will grab it. Rockies get a run. They left Desmond at third with 1 out. 5-1 the score. Let's check T-Mobile's connection to the game. News notes around the league. Mike Foltynewicz looks like he'll be returning to the Braves rotation. Most importantly, from the Braves standpoint, he got his work in today. Luis Severino, he didn't pitch in spring training. Now they're going to completely shut him down for another 6 weeks. The Yankees, like the Rockies, have dealt with a ton of early season injuries. Chris Archer was suspended 5 games for the role in the incident with the Reds Sunday, 2 games for Yasiel Puig, 1 game for manager David Bell.
And if you're a Cleveland Indians fan, Mike Clevenger, Sunshine, is going to go on the disabled list for about 8 to 12 weeks with a bad shoulder.
Donaldson doubled on an 0-2 pitches last time up, and now he's got a 2-0 count. One other note from baseball, Clayton Kershaw with Tulsa this evening. 6 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 6. Gave up a couple of home runs, but he figures to make his next start in the big leagues. Dodgers losing tonight in St. Louis 4-0. They're in the 7th inning at Busch. 3-0. Herman, this will be his final inning of work. He's due up next inning. You know, this is eerily familiar because a rough outing for Kyle Freeland yesterday. It snapped his streak of 15 straight starts, allowing 3 runs or less. Herman had 15 straight starts coming into tonight, allowing 3 runs or less, and that has ended.
He started a new stretch.
This is in the air to Daza in right. 1 out. Taylor McGregor's in center field, comfy and cozy. Taylor.
Well, we got a flashback to a memory that is much better than what we're seeing tonight, and that goes back to 2007 when the Rockies started that crazy 21 out of 22 game runs. Tweet by KJ saying he'll never forget September 18th of that year, sitting in center field with his brother watching the Todd father, who then walked off Saito. Spilly, you'll never forget it because you were playing in that game. So many great things about that, including the emotion we saw Todd have, but Spilly and Corey have told this story that the players in the clubhouse, everyone waited for him to come in and give Todd a big embrace. Spilly, you might be able to expand a little bit more on that story, but that really was just such an emotional roller coaster for the players and everyone in the city.
I get asked all the time, what's your favorite moment as a major leaguer? Like, was it one of your homers? No. Was it Ubaldo's no-hitter? No. Was it clinching going to the World Series? No. I was like, it's when Todd hit that home run off Saito. It was my personal favorite moment.
Nice pickup by Fuentes. Race to the bag. And Marquez gets there in front of Freeman. Boy, that's a nice play by Josh Fuentes.
These are tough plays because there's a lot of spin on this baseball. It's almost top spun. You're going to have to trust your angle, and he does. It's like a short hop volley that he's having to catch, and Freddie Freeman no more for giving hugs. Had to give Herman a bit of a shove so they didn't get tangled up.
And you could tell, you know, Freddie is one of the best guys in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
When he went back by, he said, I'm sure, some sort of apology toward
he wasn't
toward
trying,
Marquez.
He wasn't trying to throw him.
Great play by Fuentes. 2 outs, and Acuna Jr. at the plate. No PFP work tomorrow for Herman. He's gotten it in tonight. It's 3rd time he's had to cover first base.
He's done well over there. Well, I'm not the only one that will talk about Helton's home run as being their favorite moment. Reaction from the guys.
It's one of my all-time favorite moments. Watching from up here.
Saito was untouchable in 2007. And certainly for the Rockies, he owned him.
Well, Matt Holliday had the line single to right. And that was the first hit that the Rockies had against Saito that year. First hit. And they'd seen him a bunch. One, two. Fly ball down the left field line. Will this stay in play for Nolan? Wow. How did he even get in the neighborhood?
Trevor was matching him stride for stride.
Well, you'd expect that. Trevor's really, really fast. Nolan, that's not his greatest tool, but watch how far he runs. He ran a 60-yard dash and very nearly made the play.
Man.
Nolan's favorite defensive play, and he's only had like 10,000 to choose from, is still that catch he made in San Francisco. Almost had the greatest double play ever. Here's the 1-2. He just missed. 2-2 on Acuna. This 21-year-old has now hit 30 home runs in his career in just 121 games. See you later. Slider got him. 1-2-3, fifth inning. Plenty of time for the Rockies. They do trail 5-1. The save of the week is brought to you by Ant Credit Union. Chris Iannetta gets Tampa in the 11th inning on an 0-2 pitch. Got a hanging breaking ball and hit it out against Chaz Rowe. And the Rockies would prevail 1-0. That, unfortunately, their last win. Tony Walters roped a double to deep right center in his first at bat against Max Fried. In the on-deck circle, Pat Valaika, as the Rockies are on offense here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Curveball misses, 2-0. Yeah, things have gone so poorly these opening days of the season, say game 1 and game 2 in Miami, that you feel like, man, the game's over. But the Rockies scored 6 in an inning last night. It's a 4-run game at Coors Field in the middle innings. This is
right.
far from over. There's the aforementioned Patty V. Patty Barrels.
Be Brian Shaw coming in next inning as he's warming up in the bullpen.
Good take by Tony. 3-1. Tony is offensively.
Yeah, he's in a great spot. I like that he's letting the ball travel. He's trusting his hands. He's been able to pull more balls to right field on a line than I've seen him without even trying.
A little simpler point A to point B, Billy.
It's amazing. And he's on time.
Albies will field this one. Bring up Valleca. His junior year, it was him and Bird, and there was a young man who went to New Mexico and played professionally. Forgive me, I'm spacing on his name right now. They had another kid who went to Oral Roberts, so they had at least 4 major college guys, 3 pros, 2 big leaguers, and you know, they were eliminated fairly early in the state tournament that year.
We have 3 big league pitchers on a high school team: Giolito, Max Fried, and even though he was a sophomore, Jack Flaherty, who pitches for the Cardinals.
Great arm.
Imagine being a high school kid facing 3 big league arms.
Ball 4. I'll give you one recently. Regis High School, 4 years ago, 2016, the spring of 2016, Walt Weiss's son, Bo, who initially went to North Carolina, drafted out of high school. He's now at the University of Tampa. Got some shoulder issues right now. I wish Bo the best. He was number 1. Travis Marr, who's pitching at Clemson, was number 2. They were seniors. Junior Caleb Sloan, who's at TCU, was the 3rd guy in the rotation. That's a pretty good rotation.
It's a great rotation. I'd like to see Jonathan Daza get his first major league hit. See some rotation, drive one into the gap.
Boy, he absolutely blistered a ball. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Excuse me, nobody out. That Freddie Freeman, if he's 6'4" and not 6'5", probably doesn't make the catch, and he turned it into a double play.
Yeah, that would have been a great first hit. There would have been some significant momentum for the Rockies. 3rd time through the lineup for Max Fried. Batting average jumps up to .348.
2 strikes on Daza. 1 out for Lake at first. Good job by Daza. Here's that catch that Freeman made off of Daza. We'll try to get to it.
Good take by Daza.
Here's that catch that Freeman made. We're talking about. That goes down the line. It's at least 1 run. Not to mention it's his first big league hit. Two outs, and that'll bring up Ramel Tapia. 3rd strikeout for Max Fried.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Coors Field, and you can be able to buy and manage your game tickets, redeem special check-in offers, exclusives, content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
Tapia 1 for 2, a single through the left side on a bouncing baseball, and then he struck out on a breaking ball, and he gets a breaking ball for strike 1 there. Flowers will go out and visit.
Take a look at the scouting report on her wrist. Kind of like that. I know baseball is doing a better job of trying to speed up the pace of play. You're only allowed a certain amount of mound visits per game. And for the catcher to be able to have on his wrist a scouting report, a quick nugget.
Doing it in every other sport, right? Tapia drives his ball to deep left field. In that corner, it is foul.
This ball off the bat, I thought I had a chance to stay fair, and there's a little tail to it. Ends up hooking just foul. Acuna picks it up and throws it into the crowd, gives a happy Rockies fan of baseball.
A breaking ball count given but it's left on left, and he's got Tapia to chase a couple times on that curveball. See if Raimel can make an adjustment here. Valleca leads off first. He went fastball and knocked past too cold. Dodgers part owner Magic Johnson stepping down from the Lakers tonight. Did you hear about that, Spiller?
I did. It was almost a necessary step for the Lake Show.
And the breaking ball strikes out Tapia. Valleca left at first. We'll move to the 6th inning. 5-1 Atlanta.
Braves on top, 5-1. Now we're continually talking about the top moments in Coors Field's history, so of course we gotta reminisce. Billy Goat with that walk-off grand slam, says Cruz, against the Giants in 2009 during the playoff race. Now this might be one of the best of my personal favorites. You see Spilly, he drives the ball deep right field, but my favorite part is how quickly he runs around the bases. I mean, that has got to be some sort of major league record. Sprinting. Look at the enthusiasm. The man hasn't changed. He still has that much energy every single day. I'm getting fired up just watching this. That is amazing. And you know, one of my other favorite things about that moment, Nolan Arenado actually in the fans that day. He got to watch Spilly.
I had to go to the bathroom really bad.
Do you know,
seriously,
that's my favorite trip around the bases, partner, ever. And it's my favorite managerial reaction ever.
Yeah.
Trace, like, had a heart attack. Spilly hit it out. Granny, we win. I love that reaction.
Yeah, the embrace, Tom Reynolds, one of my favorites. Tom is back in Ohio. He's making art.
Is that what he's doing?
He is. He's making baseball art.
Good for Tommy and his wife Chris, who's a longtime anchor in Toledo. Great family. 1-1 on Markakis, 1 for 2, a single, and a run scored in that 4-run fourth. So 5 innings, 5 runs on 7 hits allowed by Marquez. Didn't walk anybody, struck out only 2. In fact, it was Acuna twice. Acuna got him once with a home run. This is already the 7th appearance for Brian Shaw. Trying to bounce back after, as we all know, a rough 2018 after 5 terrific years in Cleveland.
I don't know if you can see any mechanical adjustment with Brian Shaw. You can tell that his mechanics and his movements are slower. He slowed himself down. Last year, he was barely coming to a pause. He was throwing through his cutter's break, its natural break. And now you're seeing him at a much better pace, much better rate. And he's starting to see that downward action with his cutter.
Yeah, to your observation, he's not thrown as hard this year, but so far he's been more effective. Markakis, a 3-hit game yesterday. That was the 177th of his career. Games of at least 3 hits. This will not be a hit. This will be a ground ball to second. It's a perfect example of that cutter where you think barrel, 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 and then you get the label of the bat, and you get a dribbler to second.
Man, it's a very late cut, the last 8 feet as the baseball gets towards home plate, and that's where it's making its majority of its movement, and hitters don't pick that up. They don't see those last couple feet.
Dansby Swanson turned this game around. It was 2-0 Atlanta. This is Nolan. Great play, 2 outs. When he hit a 3-2 pitch over the center field wall for a 3-run home run. Ozzie Albies coming up, the switch hitter. Time for our fun cam, brought to you by the Lodge Casino, your first choice for fun.
Good shirt, good high five.
You know, with the super slow-mo, you see some interesting reactions going on and facial expressions. 1-0 on Albies, who hails from Curacao, like virtually everybody who's from that small island. This ball's well hit to center field, but coming on is Ian Desmond, who speaks multiple languages. Good inning for Shaw. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Rockies trailing 5-1 at Coors Field. Here's our in-game stats with Lowe's. Jonathan Dawson, his major league debut, looking for his first knock. Not much offense again for Colorado. A run on 5 hits, trying to turn it around here with the middle of the order in the 6th inning. Nolan singled down the third base line off the glove of, this is in the air, off the glove of Josh Donaldson. This is shallow left center field, and Cunha makes the catch. One pitch, and now Trevor will come up with Nolan retired. Rockies came into the ball game hitting just .219, 13th in the National League. Their run total of 37, 11th in the National League. Luke Jackson was up last inning in the Atlanta bullpen. He's up again. He appeared Monday night. 2 strikes on Story. '86 pitches in for Max Fried. His other start, he was perfect for 5 2/3 against the Cubs. This is to Donaldson, long throw. Story can fly, and he just did get him. That was a great play at first by Freeman. He had to hang with a somewhat in-between hop on that throw by Donaldson. The key is, look, he got to eye level with this baseball, Spilly.
Well, you see Donaldson, a lot of third basemen, when they have those in-between hops, they try so hard to get behind and get their eyes behind their glove. You see Freddie Freeman doing the same thing at first base. It's almost a prayer. You stand there, you have an idea of where you think the ball's going to hop, and you close your eyes.
Desmond knocked in the only run with a broken bat single to center. Ozzie Albies and the Rockies go in order in the 6th inning. 5-1 going to the 7th. Colorado Rockies baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And that is the prettiest sight we've seen all night, courtesy of the lens of Matt Dirksen, who's the Rockies staff photographer, and he has marvelous talent. There are photos all over the ballpark and inside the clubhouse of the work Matt has done over the last few years. One of the things that's really cool that the Rockies do, they'll change out photos. There's Matt. They'll change out photos on a regular basis, sometimes homestand to homestand. They'll do it in the clubhouse, and the players love it because, you know, somebody will have a big hit and a great reaction, and 2 days later, there's their photo blown up as they walk into the clubhouse. Pretty cool.
It's amazing. And there's his partner, Kyle. And they have some new toys this year. They actually have a camera in center field that has a wide angle view of Coors Field from center field, from essentially the camera view you're looking at from home plate right now, from home.
This ball's hit to deep right center field. Dazzo make the catch in front of the wall. Flowers is retired. And now Matt Joyce will pinch hit for Atlanta. Here's some more work of Matt Dirksen.
Who doesn't love a snow cone?
My favorite art form. photography. Captures a moment in time. Did you know that, Bill? Forever. Brian Shaw got 4 outs. Buddy Black is going to make a change, which means we're going to step aside. That's kind of how that works, right? 5-1 Atlanta.
I love driving to the ballpark every day, and I love driving through downtown, and then all of a sudden, like when you get the 20th, you see the big stadium. You know, I love that. It's kind of different. It's unique. I think when you drive to different ballparks around the country, you kind of see it, you know, in the vision. You can see it out there in the distance, you know, and they have it in certain areas. But it's kind of cool to be like in the middle of downtown, just a big stadium. So I just love driving past the Chop House, knowing that I'm going to the field.
Felt the same way, except I-70 right now stinks. It's not the same.
I-25's no fun. Right there from 6th Avenue toward Auraria, but it's a joy when we're downtown. There's so many beautiful spots. Mike Dunn snares the ground ball off the bat of Matt Joyce, 2 outs. Sixth appearance for Mike. He'll be asked to get another lefty, Ender Enciarte.
He is right. Nolan's right. In every city that you go to, you almost see the stadium off in the distance, and there's times where you see the stadium and you think it's so cool. Like that's a spot that you're going to go play a major league game. The fact that Coors Field is integrated to its lower downtown area and how it matches what is the surrounding buildings with the brick. Every player that comes here, they almost always bring their family, their friends, significant others. They said, come to Colorado, it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. You walk to the stadium, we'll have dinner. Well, if there's a day game, it's perfect.
We have our favorite spots that we go to every year. And when we talk to either other players or our colleagues in broadcasting, you have favorite stops. And to a person, Coors Field and Denver is at the top of everybody's list. And we know that because we live here. Some guys who love fishing, and they'll get up really early. Dusty Baker used to always do that. He'd get up really early, go up to the mountains, fish a little bit, and then go down to the ballpark. 2-1 on Enciarte.
I mean, where else could you go? If I went and woke up tomorrow morning, bright and early, go ski, Well, you probably ski downtown tomorrow too.
Well,
watch a baseball game. I mean, there's not a lot of places that offer that.
I've thought about doing that. I thought about it. It didn't work last week. It was the home opener on Friday, but I was like, wouldn't it be cool? Run up real quick, ski for a couple hours, and then come down. Next year, we have to do that.
I think we still can.
Well, you go to 8 Basin. Right?
The season's
Next
open
week.
until
2 weeks when we get back. Should we do that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Challenge other Rockies fans
We'll
to
bring
join
Marino
us.
too, because Marino worked his tail off this winter and only got like 45 days under the slopes. Winter Park's going to be open until May 12th. Swung on and missed. Mike Dunn strikes out Enciarte. Stretch time at Coors Field. Rockies trail 5-1. Rockies have set down 11 Braves in a row.
Top 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. A repetitive thing people kept talking about tonight was the new addition of the food, and that was how Coors Field is really being celebrated, because there's a ton of amazing foods. We see the Helton Burger, but we got new additions, and I brought the fellas in the booth some tachos.
Okay, like the last time I saw you, Taylor,
peppers.
you shoved a gigantic cake into my face. So I'm hoping these, what are these called, tachos?
Well, that's a lie, because I saw you yesterday and I didn't shove anything into your face. But
Well,
I
on
wanted
camera.
you guys to test these two, because these were the top 2 things people were talking about. So that
Okay,
is
so
a tacho.
A tacho. It looks. It's a tater tot. This is not at heart. If
What do
you're
you
on
got?
a diet, this.
Yeah, you go.
No calories.
You go first. Looks great. 0-2 on Fuentes. You just spilled. You just
Yeah,
spilled
it's
all
great.
over yourself.
So there's corn, cilantro, nacho cheese,
Tasteless.
tater tots. It's not spicy. But your body's at temperature.
And Fuentes goes down on 3 pitches. 1 out. Luke Jackson, the new pitcher for Atlanta.
So
Excuse me.
Spilly, what's the ranking of the tachos so far?
Okay, so I'm a huge fan of the Tornado. I'm also a huge
That's
fan.
really good.
That's really good.
That is really
I'm
good.
a huge fan of the Helton Burger. I'm going to throw this right up near that.
It's really good.
It's really hard for me to top the Helton Burger. That's my favorite thing here.
Okay, so
Spilly.
tachos were great. Let's taste
Hold
the
on.
shishito peppers.
Yeah, these are mild, Spilly. Have 4 of them at once. So I know you will, because you'll eat anything.
I
Listen,
will
there you go. 2 at a time. Go ahead, Ben. There you go. Love it.
No, it's fine. I said 1 in 4 is hot. I think I got 2 out of 4.
Did you dip it in the cheese? Can't forget that.
1-1 on Hampson.
Well, they thank you everyone for sending in your recommendations of ballpark food. I do think you guys chose the top two
This is my favorite right
new
here.
additions. And for everyone who joined us, reminiscing on their favorite memories from Coors Field, it's always fun to look back at the history of this ballpark and the history of this organization.
Good job tonight,
Well done, Taylor.
And thanks for bringing us food.
I thought all your
should do
hits
this every
were.
night.
I thought all your hits tonight were outstanding, informative, entertaining. But I thought the best hit was when you brought us good grub.
I'm only good when I can help you out in some sense.
Yeah, basically.
This is for all the nachos and chicken wings you've bought for me on the road, Drew. I can pay you back in some way.
You know, you bet. And Hampson takes the ball. I was really, I was praying that those
shishito peppers,
knock Spilly out. Then you would have sat down.
Okay, I mean, it still can happen.
Right.
Or
They
just
weren't that hot. They weren't that hot.
Laughed and
Not
ate
yet.
some more
I mean, I'm gonna
nachos.
have to-
That cheese is good.
2-2, sharply hit, base hit for Hampson.
Sweet.
Maybe they're the rally nachos. What do you think about that?
Well, I've
could
never
be.
thought of shishito peppers as being ballpark fare,
Right.
but with nachos and cheese, I think you can. Anything with nachos and cheese, you can throw something healthy on top of it, and you're good.
No calories in any of these.
Those are really good. And I love it. And here's the thing. If you order what are these called again? The tater?
Nachos.
The tachos? You get a batting helmet also. I suggest washing it out first before plunking it on your head, but, to each their own. 1 out, 1 on. Tony Walters a double and a ground ball to second. Strike on Tony. Mark Reynolds, who homered last night off the bench, is in the on-deck circle. Oh, my gosh. Folks, right now Spilly's trying to eat, and he's spilling things everywhere. Just eat in your neighborhood.
I do wear a bib typically when I eat.
That's fine for you, but I don't want to have to put on a bib because you're eating.
Oh, the rally bib.
Now Marino is... I got to move away from you guys. Tony's got to go to work here. 2 strikes. Nice play, Mark Reynolds. How about that? Mark's in a really good place. He homered yesterday, and his Virginia Cavaliers captured the national title.
Yep.
I'll tell you a little secret, though. Mark, in his pool,
He didn't pick Virginia?
picked Kentucky.
Come on.
He did. I'm not kidding. Tony goes down. 2 outs.
At least he was honest.
Here's Mark last night. Rockies were down 7-1, and Reynolds hit home run number 295. That got the Rockies to 7-3. Later in the inning, Trevor Story would hit a 3-run homer to center, and it was 7-6. That's all the Rockies could muster last night. Trailing 5-1 here in the 7th with 2 outs. Garrett Hampson at first. The other thing with the Rockies, Spilly, we talked so much the opening week about how athletic they were and how many guys can steal bases, but when you're down by multiple runs seemingly every night, like it's been of late, it terminates your ability to run. If this is a 1-run game right now, you got a cat and mouse game going on with Hampson at first, right? But you're down 4, you can't run.
No, you can't run. And so it's... Base runners have been precious for the Rockies. They haven't had enough over the first 12 games to even run the risk of being aggressive with their base running. think typically Jackson's not slow to home plate, but he's certainly not quick, and it's somebody that I think Hampson could get a good jump on. With the 2-0 count, a pinch hitter, it's almost a cardinal sin, is running yourself out of an inning with the pinch hitter, because now you have to go to the bullpen and you lose Mark Reynolds.
3-0. Doug handed me a note. You just hope this is going to be the worst stretch of baseball for the Rockies. It's just happening early, because the Rockies have had the lead for only 5 outs in their last 90 innings. .3-0 on Reynolds, and ball 4.
Take the field with your ultimate MLB squad, and RBI 19 delivers a genuine MLB experience with the ability to manage your MLB franchise across multiple seasons, official 2019 uniforms, and hundreds of new animations. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone.
So Jonathan Daza in his major league debut, ground ball to second. Robbed of extra bases on a line shot with runners at first and third by Freddie Freeman, and then struck out after a lengthy at bat against Max Fried in the 5th. 2 on and 2 outs. A strike from Jackson. Rockies have 6 hits. Atlanta has just 1 more hit, but they've hit a couple of home runs. Acuna, and a 3-run home run from Dansby Swanson. Daza will work at him an 0-2 hole. One of the first guys to contact him today when they heard that he was getting called up was Gerardo Parra, who's been a good friend and very influential in Daza's career. Of course, Gerardo with the Giants now. We'll see him in a couple of days. Swung on and missed. Flowers to first, inning over. So the Rockies had a hit and a walk, 2 men left on. 5-1 Atlanta as we go to the 8th. Kubota pitching performance, comparison of the 2 starters. German Marquez had a rough 4th inning. He gave up 4 runs in that inning. And for the first time in more than 15 starts, he gave up more than 3 runs in an outing. Max Fried, who came in, coming off a great performance against the Cubs, 5 2/3 perfect innings, threw the baseball again very well. He's given up only 6 hits in his first 4 appearances this year. 2 out of the pen, 2 starts. Sung Won Oh will pitch the 8th inning. Josh Donaldson's going to lead it off for the Braves. He's 1 for 3, a double. Crowd of 26,124 tonight at Coors Field, where the Rockies so far are winless, 0-4. Hard to believe.
Hardest part as a fan or even a Rockies player is going through this where it doesn't feel like you're piling on. You're looking at stats. None of the stats represent what we're going to see at the end of the year. But right now, the facts are the facts. The numbers are the numbers. The stat that Moreno gave us, they've held the lead for 5 outs in the last 89 innings. Is that even right? Is that right?
It's 90 innings, 5 outs. It's amazing. And strikes out Donaldson on 3 pitches.
Good sequence of pitching by Sunwon Oh. 4th appearance now for Oh. And for Sunwon, it's making sure that the fastball plays, because velocity for him, it's not overwhelming, but it's deception. It's a great changeup and a good backdoor slider that he likes to throw.
One on Freeman. Good pitch. You know, there's off
so
speed.
Great.
And then there's Bugs Bunny off speed.
66-mile-an-hour curveball, which is the last pitch that Freddie Freeman was expecting.
In the air, down the left field line, and out. Raimel disappeared for a moment.
How about that speed differential, though? 66-mile-an-hour curveball and then a 91-mile-an-hour fastball following it up.
Rockies are going to see the Braves again in a couple of weeks. You know, last year, the Rockies opened with the Braves at home. Cold weather, they lost 2 of 3 to Atlanta. Then they went to Atlanta in the summer and swept them in a 4-game series.
It's hard to sweep a team in a 4-game series on the road. Their 2-strike hit for the Braves is putting the ball in play so far out. For Hansen, not a lot he could do. Even Fuentes trying to make a good play, make a good tag.
That's why infielders now not only take ground balls on the dirt, that's what you do, that's conventional, especially right side guys, second baseman, will take ground balls 20 feet out onto the outfield grass to get a feel for plays out there also. Stu Cole works with the infielders. Every day hits a ton of fungos to his guys. Acuna, a home run to center in the second. And then Marquez struck him out twice. Once swinging, once looking. The only 2 strikeouts tonight for Herman, who would come in with 14 strikeouts in 13 innings. There's a final now in St. Louis. 4-0. The Cardinals shut down that Dodger run. Chad Sabatka is in the Atlanta bullpen currently. 3-1 pitch. And that's a strike. 3-2. Well located by Sung Won. Freddie takes off, and this is driven to center field, a base hit. Freeman to third. Boy, the ball really comes off his bat.
Watch every Adam Market regular season game live and on demand with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to stream live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Talking to Trevor Story today about Acuna's home run opposite field, and we were talking about the sound coming off the bat of Acuna, and if he's heard that pop that loud before, so that ranks up there as one of the loudest hit balls he's ever heard.
He hit that ball 434 feet to right center field. It's the longest opposite field home run in the StatCast era by a Brave. Markakis swings and misses. Strike two on Markakis. Last night we were discussing the fact that Markakis closing in on 2,300 hits. Look at this list of guys, not in the Hall of Fame yet. I think Pascal will make it, with a whole bunch of hits. Johnny Damon, just shy of 2,800. Veda Pinson, remember Veda Pinson? Al Oliver, what a great Pirate. 2,743. The late Le Grand Orange, Rusty Staub, inside.
I brought up the argument, if Markakis ends up at 3,000 hits, is he a Hall of Famer? And usually becomes a conundrum for most voters. Is it a rate stat? Is it you were the best at your era? Do you rank near the top in stats? Do you have bold italic numbers on your back of your baseball card? Markakis wouldn't have any of those, except for doubles, leading the league in doubles one year.
It's down the left field line, out of play. How about this group of Hall of Famers, I'm not going to name all of them, who had less than 2,500 hits? Frank Thomas, Ozzie Smith. Now, Frank Thomas, he hit more than 500 homers. That's why he's in. Ozzie Smith, one of the great defensive shortstops of all time. Jim Ed Rice, who was, a masher with Boston. Mickey Mantle. Johnny Bench on that list. Harmon Killebrew. Ryan Sandberg on that list. Less than 2,500 hits, but a Hall of Famer. And not all of them hit a high volume of home runs. Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer. Just missed. I got a name for you, of a guy who hit more than 25, had more than 2,500 hits, hit home runs, could really run. One of the great arms in the last 50 years in baseball. Dave Parker.
Yep. Also wore one of the biggest earrings of all time.
Yes. How about being on the mound facing Stargell and Parker? That's a base hit to center field, and another run scores as Freeman makes it 6-1 Atlanta. Just fouls off pitches, does Markakis, until he finds something he can put in play. 9th RBI for Nick Markakis this year.
I mean, I'm getting pretty tired of tipping my cap towards quality at bats, but when you're seeing a group of guys that even with 2 strikes, there's only been 4 strikeouts tonight for the Braves. The amount of 2-strike hits they've had tonight, going back to Josh Donaldson, 0-2 in the 4th inning. That's how they're beating the Rockies. That's how this team is off to the start they are. That's why the Braves offensively are near the top in the National League.
Dansby Swanson 1 for 3, but the one was a big one, a 3-run home run to center, his 4th home run already. And he's got 15 RBIs. Going to chase down Cody Bellinger, who's leading everybody in ribbies in the early going. Off the plate, 1-2. Red Sox were finally home. They were the last team, Spilly, to have their home opener, the latest home opener. Sungwon okay. Steve Foster's going to go out with Eugene Koo, the interpreter. The Red Sox at Fenway, after that lengthy road trip and the poor start, they lost 7-5 to Toronto today. But the celebration they had on the field, giving away their rings, they brought in the Patriots also. The Patriots brought their 6 Lombardi trophies. And they had a New England love fest. I think it was Gronk, Edelman, and I forget the other Patriot who threw out the first pitch tonight.
Can you not bring Gronk? He's retired. Just let him off the leash, and now he's...
He was always off the leash.
Wrecking the landscape, wrecking humanity from now on.
Now doing it on a full-time basis. Right? He's a character. 2 on, a run in, 1-2. And Swanson bounces this one foul.
It's now 31 foul balls for the Atlanta Braves tonight. I'm guessing 20 of those have come with 2 strikes.
Finally, not a foul ball, but a swing and a miss. 2 out, second strikeout of the inning for O. And that'll bring up diminutive Ozzie Albies. The life of the party in the clubhouse or out on the field during stretch for the Braves. Got a magnanimous personality. And despite his somewhat slight physical stature, this kid will hit the ball a long way. Tonight, 1 for 3. Speaking of guys put together, that's Song-Wan Oh. He is one of the strongest Colorado Rockies.
There's a time Rockies reliever I got a chance to play with, Rafael Betancourt.
Strong man.
That human was strong.
One of my all-time favorites, Rafi Betancourt. Talking about a tough guy. Just missed. Song-Wan, when he interviewed Eugene Koo for the interpreter job, said, hey, one of the prerequisites, you have to be able to deadlift 400 pounds and bench 350. So Koo had to really get after it in the weight room, and Eugene was able to get the job. Here's Eugene.
Yeah, he cannot deadlift 400 pounds.
Or bench 350, but it sounded good. We had a perfectly good story going, Spilling, just ruined. That's down low, and the throw to third. Out at third base. And that's the new signal. Anytime anybody disagrees, they immediately go to the ears. Take a look at it, Skip.
Well, Nolan's not arguing against it. Take a look at the athleticism of Acuna to pull his hands up, swim move, even move his legs around.
Boy, Ron Kolpa's had a couple of tough calls tonight at third.
We're going to take a look.
Tony, who's so quick, made a perfect throw. There's the swim.
Yeah, I think he got him on his leg. This will be great. If you're that animated and you're out, it's my favorite thing in the world. You can tell, though, from...
Well, for the third time tonight, a play under review brought to you by the Dish Network. This should be, let's see.
So check it out. Look at his leg. And there's the athletic swim move. Acuna might be right. Just tell
it's hard to tell, but here's what concerns me is Nolan's went right back to his position. It's not, well, you know what? Good. Nolan was wrong. He's out. You see, Nolan went right back to his spot like, I don't think I got him, but he did.
Well, and like I said, I love the animated, I'm safe, and then you're out.
And guys, we are in a break right now. Whenever you hear silence during this game, that just means we're in a commercial, not pick up the network fees. Usually, Abe and myself will be bringing you the game, but neither one of us could do it today, so this was option number 2. I guess we'll just leave right there. Now it's a little dark in here.
Colorado Rockies baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Golden Oak Lending. Now you can get your mortgage online fast at goldenoaklending.com. This from opening day from Matt Dirksen. Chad Sabatka is in the baseball game for Atlanta. He pitched last night. The Rockies in the 8th inning trailing 6-1 will have Tapia, Arenado, and Story. And hopefully many more after that. Strike one on Raimel, 1 for 3 tonight.
Big 6'7" right-hander. Saw him last night with good fastball, slider.
Yeah, it is pretty dark in here.
Sabatka ended up striking out 2 Rockies batters last night. We've had some nachos today. I would love some tacos.
Well, the Rockies need tacos if they're going to win this baseball game.
That guy some nachos and tacos.
By 5 runs here in the 8th. 1-2. Raimel for the 3rd time tonight strikes out. Nolan had a base hit in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. Fly ball to center and left in his other 2 at-bats.
Bottom of the 8th.
First pitch strike on Nolan. And that's right in the middle of the plate. 0-2.
That one was fouled out play.
It's amazing. I've been here at Coors Field since about 11 o'clock this morning. And part of Nolan's routine is that he comes out early. And we're talking about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's different players that get early work done. Some guys will have their bullpens, flat ground work, and Nolan always listens to music. He comes walking out, stands out in the outfield, works on his swing. The amount of time he puts in there, you could tell it's bubbling within his stomach.
2-out Story coming up. Who wants tacos? Fans, follow us at AT&T Sportsnet R and on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies taco special when the Rockies score 7 in a game.
Too many announcers talking a lot.
Rockies now struck out 9 times tonight. The first 4 games on this homestand, all losses, obviously. The Rockies haven't produced much offense, but they haven't been striking out like they were on the road. But tonight, 9 strikeouts in 7 2/3.
Yeah, these guys don't have like announcer voices.
Story
They just sound like
is behind 0-2. First 3 hitters this inning.
regular
Tapia behind
schmucks.
0-2, Arenado behind 0-2, and now Story
Squirrely girl
behind
voices.
0-2.
They need to start smoking and eating some like gravel cereal. I recommend, a pack a day, especially at night before bed. Stay up late so when you wake
Just
up
like
late.
the players who watch
Good
every pitch.
raspy
I'm at a
voice.
loss as to how to describe this because the games are not, you know, they're not competitive right now. Late in the game, the difference is 4 or 5 runs, 6 runs during this tough stretch.
Shout out Benjamin.
Center field and playable for Inciarte. 8 innings complete. It's been all Atlanta.
All right. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm Bone Crusher. Normally the broadcast we do it a little differently, but tonight I'm not at my normal space. I've got the laptop. I've been barbecuing chicken. We wanted to bring you some coverage, so we got the Rockies play-by-play announcers, whose voices really aren't, you know, that good. One of the guys is a player, so you can't expect him to have a great voice, but the other announcer, yeah, might want to take some testosterone shots or start inhaling cigars, that kind of thing. You know, anything to get a good raspy voice. All right, so what's going on, Benjamin? Where are y'all at tonight? I am broadcasting from Northwest Florida. As soon as the break is over, we'll have the top of the 9th inning. 6 runs, 10 hits, one error for the Braves. Colorado just 1 run tonight, and it's really what a great story. Our starting pitcher, Mr. Max Fried. What a
out in center field, Jenny Kavnar, Corey Sullivan, and Jeff Houston. We're getting ready for the Toyota post-game show. I guess disappointment is a word that comes to mind. You see fans walking around and kind of wondering what's going on with this team. Hey, fellas, I just want to let you all know that a very special moment happened on this day in history.
I can use a telestrator. This is the size of Corey years ago. Can you see that?
Spilly, I got to be honest with you. You and I got to come up with something that neither of those videos ever get shown again. A bet that whoever loses, they never get shown again.
Okay, we'll work on that.
I'm in.
All right, guys.
Hey, Sully, we actually talked about your 2 triples the other day in Tampa.
I'm sorry to all the fans at home.
Yeah. We didn't have video, though. No 16mm projector in the truck.
Heat lamps in here. I sit under these things too long, I'll start sweating.
Appearance for Almonte since coming.
Already smell like a grill. All right, we are in the top of the 9th.
It's been a tough week, tough start to the season. You all know that. From a health standpoint, the Rockies have seen now McMahon, Dahl, Anderson go on the DL. Jake McGee on the DL also. Those are 4 guys that started the year on the active 25-man roster. And of course you have Senzatella and Russin. And Daniel Murphy too. How can I forget Daniel? This ball's well hit. It's going to take a short hop off the wall. And Albie stops at second with a double.
We ripped that one all the way to the wall.
It's the group right now on the disabled list.
If you see Daniel Murphy at the field, he's been walking around with this backpack, and the backpack has a device which is supposed to speed up the recovery of his broken mallet finger. Now, we're not sure how much sooner it's going to speed it up, but it's certainly giving him an opportunity to try to get back as soon as possible. We said this, the lineup looked different the day after Murphy went on the injured list. It was just a different look, a different feel.
Well, you have 3 guys, you looked at that list, you have 3 starters. So 3 out of your 8 everyday players are not in the lineup now. They're on the shelf. Murphy's going to be out, you know, from when he was initially hurt. It's a 4 to 6 week injury, probably closer to 6 weeks, typically. Dahl just went on yesterday. McMahon. And you hope those are short stints in the case of McMahon with the elbow issue.
Now these guys are talking schmack. All right, Atlanta moves the runner over. And I'm going to mute these guys, and I'm going to take you the rest of the way. Bone Crusher back in the box. Coors Field. Atlanta's got a runner on third right now. You know what? I'm in such a generous mood. We're going to bring you some video for this at-bat. This is against the rules. No, we better not break any rules. We better not. All right. That pitch is fouled back. Charlie Culberson. A-Bomb refers to him as Clutch. He left him loaded the other night in the ninth, but you can't get them all. That's a strike. Oh, and 2. We're getting some buffering issues here. Better let these guys take back over and let me work on that.
He's had a couple of walk-off home runs last year. His hometown of Rome, Georgia. He's been a great fit in Atlanta. He also faced the Rockies last year in that Atlanta series down in Georgia as a pitcher in a blowout, and he hit 94. Also a...
You know, since I'm on the laptop, there's a little bit of buffering every now and then. But I'm going to let these guys finish what they started.
227, 5 homers and 36 RBIs.
2-2, and this ball is crushed to left center. And it is off the wall.
Oh!
Albie scores. Culberson into second with a double.
Clutch Charlie, well, good double.
7-1, Atlanta.
Another 2-strike hit for the Braves. That pitch.
Slider out over the plate.
I'll drop these guys once and for all here. Unless that thing starts buffering again. It's probably just because I'm using the laptop. Let me mute them. I wish I had the crowd noise, though. There is a foul to left. Got Bone Crusher in the box. Charlie Culberson with that double there for another run for the Braves. Just want to get, you know, it's great when everyone's hot. Everyone's stroking it. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour. And our Inciarte, he's 0 for 4 on the night. So he might find a way to get this in for a single somehow. The 0-2 pitch to Inciarte, high ball 1. And looks like we lost Benjamin, maybe. I was hoping to pick up a couple more subscribes tonight. Just for bringing the game. There is a hit to the shortstop to first. Out number 2. Charlie advances to third. So we got the runner on third. 2 out. Top of the ninth. Why not? Yeah, I guess the mullet man got a haircut. Or does he tuck his mullet under his hat every time? Josh Donaldson steps in. Ready to go. Big swing and a miss. That was a fastball on the outside of the plate. Couldn't catch that at 96 on the gun. Charlie just kind of taps his left foot up a little bit in rhythm. And he's able to hold off on that high fastball. 1-1. That's the count. The mullet man. He takes another ball. 2-1. Yeah, I think I had one of those the other night where someone subscribed. That's fouled. Oh, and they're able to get it. I thought it was going to go out of play, but it stayed just inside. And that'll be out number 3. All right. You know what? I think I'm going to put the video on for the bottom of the ninth. But I'll get, YouTube catch me doing that. Is that cheating? Well, maybe Jesus doesn't want me to do this. Oh well. I'll listen to Jesus. So yeah, this is the laptop. I could have plugged my new cans into this. If I was doing the whole game, whatever. Well, hopefully they'll be able to help Buddy out a little bit, get him back to some quality of life. Where I guess he's still having trouble getting around and finding his stuff with his latest development. Yeah, he's old timer. Hopefully he's got some. Yeah, is he cleaning himself? Is he able to bathe himself, groom himself? Jesse Biddle. Not a save situation. Jesse comes in with a 3.18 ERA, 5 appearances. There's a lot of squawking about our bullpen, but they were great last night. Good tonight. 1 run over 9 innings for Braves pitching. That's kind of what we're used to. That's what we expect. That's a ball inside. 2-0 from Biddle. Hope I didn't speak too soon. Hey, Beth, he says that Buddy is cleaning and eating and all that stuff. That's good. That's good. An ear infection, something like that might be, I don't know if that would be the best case scenario, the most treatable, easily, cheapest to fix. Let's wait to see what the doc says. Hope it doesn't cost you too much. Shop around for a cheaper vet. 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. So bottom of ninth, Colorado's going to get their leadoff man on base. Why? But it'll have a little trouble finding the zone there. Right here. Tomorrow, 3:30. But we'll see the dock. Yo, it is the Bone Crusher, and we're bringing you the bottom of the ninth from Coors Field. Braves up 7-1 against the Rockies. They've got one on and nobody out. We walked the leadoff batter, and there's a stolen base. No one even tried to hold them there with a 6-run lead in the ninth. Josh Fuentes at bat over 3 tonight. Batting .222 on the year. It's that out of play. 0-2. See if the runner tries stealing third. That might be a little. You know, maybe we just go ahead and hold him to first a little bit in that situation, and see if we just get that double play. And let us know what your comments are about tonight's game. Wow. I don't know if you could hear that. Hear that, like it was like a motorcycle or a truck going by. And I get a lot of that kind of stuff. 2, 3 in the morning, someone wants to start drag racing back there. All right, the 1-2 pitch from Biddle. He's in a reset. Runner's got a big lead on second. That pitch is over the strike zone and hit hard. Just foul. Fuentes ropes it. Desmond heads back to second. And we'll do the 1-2 pitch all over again. I'll get the back door open, so man. That ball, Fuentes hits it to the third baseman, who bobbles it, picks it up, throws it to first just in time for out number 1. Donaldson, whew. He was fumbling it, but stayed with it. Good concentration. Boy, sometimes you just really miss having Chipper Jones over there. Just still, I guess he's been retired a few years. When did he retire? All right, back to the present. Bottom of the ninth. 1 out, 1 on. Braves up by 6. Little fires it in there for a ball. That's a slider inside. 1-0 is the count. Our moderator tonight is A-Bomb. Say hi to A-Bomb down in the chat box. That ball is fouled off, 1-1. A-Bomb has his own live reaction show. So between the two of us, there's a pretty good chance you're going to be able to get Atlanta's only live reaction play-by-play show. So subscribe is what I'm trying to say. The 1-1 pitch from Biddle. That is a curveball just outside. 2-1. That was a fastball. Maybe it was a four-seamer. That was a really fast curveball. 93 miles an hour with that kind of movement. That one is a changeup right over the heart of the plate for a strike. 2-2 now. Little's got some good stuff. That four-seam fastball he just threw, mean, it confused me for a second there. I don't know how you're going to be able to hit that. Big swing and a miss, strike 3, second out. We are 1 out away from another win. You know, since getting swept in the opening series by Philadelphia, the Bravos are 6-1. I believe that is correct. Our statistician A-Bomb is always quick to correct me on a lot of my mistakes. Maybe the DEA's got a helicopter and is keeping an eye on you. Maybe it's the FCC. Maybe it's People Magazine. 0-1 count. Philip checks the runner. Steps off the bag. The rubber. I was at the Dollar General and the guy, this crazy looking motherfucker. And there is a changeup for a strike. 0-2. And he asked the lady for condoms. And he's like, I want, you know, give me the jumbo condom, you know. He's like, oh man, I ain't got any money. Some half-ass homeless looking crackhead. 0-2 count now. Let's see if we can end this right here with a K. That's going to be a chopper to Freeman, who picks up, steps on first, and another great win. The Atlanta Braves. Nice. 7-1 is your final. Max Reed picks up another win. Another terrific outing. You get 1 run in Chicago. That's like a shutout anywhere else, really. Now, tomorrow's game is going to be an afternoon game. I think that's like a 3:30. Can't remember if that's 3:30 Eastern or 3:30 Central, but so I don't know if anybody will be around for that. If not, we'll see you guys on the flip side. I know there is a game Saturday. We're playing New York, and that one I'm not getting any of these games on my Roku anymore, but I will get that one. So Saturday, 6 o'clock Central, Braves versus Mets is my next scheduled broadcast. Thank you for the nice call compliment. That was that 1 inning to play. After this is done, after I hit stop, it's going to go straight over to the Radio Hall of Fame. And I might be following you on that Insider Sports Talk Magazine Top 200 sports reaction guys you got to see. All right. For Mrs. Bone Crusher and the staff over at treasurehunt.ga, if you go to Sports Fans, we've got a Colorado Rockies fan band. It is a wristband with the Colorado Rockies logo emblazoned on it. They didn't have any Braves ones, but that's some Rockies ones. You can take a look at that, and there's a best offer feature all month long. All right. Good night from Bungalow 5.